so used to no one being able to see my pants. I'm on? Perfect. Hi, everyone. I'm Deborah Davis, and I'm songwriting faculty at LA College of Music here in Pasadena, coming to you from the stage of the Garage, one of our performance venues here at LACM. I'm excited to say it's nice to be back. And we have an amazing showcase for you tonight. This is our Industry Showcase Part 2. The first half of this class performed on Tuesday night. And we have 4 amazing students in our songwriting major, our songwriting program, that are going to share their songs with you tonight. I'll tell you a little bit about the Industry Showcase class. This is a 6-quarter class in the songwriting program. And this time, in this quarter, we really focus on their songs, as always, of course, but also they're capturing their essence as songwriters and artists, and kind of honing in on their own individual voices and what they want to put across. And just everything from, like, we did vision boards and, what's the Myers-Briggs thing, and a lot of different creative outlets, along with the songwriting and building their set and building a cohesive set and everything like that. They also had to create merchandise, like they will have to do eventually when they're all big and famous, and then just arranging their sets for bands or for their band, or if they produce tracks and they're singing to tracks, arranging all the parts for that as well. So it's a really well-rounded course this quarter, and kind of digs a little bit deeper into them as songwriters and artists. So I'm very excited for you to hear their music tonight. I'm going to introduce our fabulous panelists. These are our industry panelists. First up, Pasadena native Claire Bernardin has been working in music publishing since her time studying music business at University of Miami. She is currently creative coordinator of A&R at BMG, working primarily with all genres of Latin music as well as mainstream pop. Let's hear it for Claire Bernardin.
Thanks so much. Oh. Thanks for having us.
And next up, Henry Bishop is manager of Global Writer Services, where he looks after a talented roster of writers, artists, and producers. He plugs songs for many global territories and always has his finger on the pulse of new talent. Please welcome Henry Bishop.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, you guys. Really appreciate it. Okay, and first up, kicking off this wonderful showcase, please welcome the lovely Jess Fuller and her band.
Hello. Oh, the piano turned off. Does anyone know why it won't turn back on? Well, anyway, hi, I'm Jess. This is my band. This is Alex on bass, Nick on drums. We've got a fun set for you guys today. I know, I don't know if I'll be able to in time. It's okay. So, this first song is called I Got So Much. Why don't you tell me something true for once? Why do you hide behind this mask of yours? Stop holding me at arm's length, 'cause you got her once before. I got so much love, 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 love to give ya. I got so much love to give ya. I got undone. Let me make you feel alright. Thank you. All right, this next one is called Withhold, similar concept. After the kind of year I've had, you'd think I could handle anything, but once again I am stuck in limbo, fighting the girl in me who's gonna give all my love to you, just like I always do. All my devotion to you, but you threw it out like the rest. You drive me crazy. Was willing and ready. Why do you withhold your love from me? Everyone tells me, girl, don't let him in. Guys only want you when it works for them, but I'm a sucker for second chances and slightly used and flawed romances, and I'm giving all my love to you, just like I always do. All my devotion, dedication, admiration. Why don't you want it, baby? You drive me crazy. Crazy. Was willing and ready. Why do you withhold your love from me? All right. Now I'd like to introduce David Spitzfadden on guitar. Test. Is it Star? It's Star. Okay, we're playing Star, featuring David. This song is about being in love with a star and having to kind of like find my way through that, watching him rise. And I'm still kind of here. Don't touch me, baby. You don't love me when you're stoned. Now you're acting crazy. Say you leave me in the morning. Screamed and I have walked away. got my own light to focus on. And I know just what they all say. Oh, they love you anyway. I'm the one who sees all your mistakes. That's why it's hard to love a star. I fell in love with the man who commands a crowd. I love the man who blasts his music loud, yeah. No matter how much you do, that'll never change. It's hard to leave your soulmate. Don't touch me, baby. You only love me when you're alone. Thank you. This next song is called Find My Way. It's about life during quarantine. Laughing is a crime, so I do it all the time. 'Cause I'm living in my prime, and I can't find my way. I want to be free. Man, I miss life's harmony. Feel like a cage bird, but at least I can sing. I can't find my way. Find my way. Find my way. I can't wait to leave this space and find my way. I expect me to create something new, but that's hard to do when I'm stuck in between. At least all my music, they are there to help me. I can't escape, so my mind sets me free when I'm stuck in between. Find my way. Find my way. I can't wait to leave this space and find my way. Well, this is our last song. It's called On Your Mind. It's out everywhere, featuring David Spitzfadden. And I'd just like to say thank you to my band because you guys kick ass, kick butt, and and it's been fun. It's been fun. We have some more shows coming up outside of school that we'll tell you guys about. Okay, this is On Your Mind. You wish you could trap me, wish you could be the only one I want. You wanna cage me, but now you find it's just enraging when I'm on your mind. Da 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 da, I'm on your mind, on your mind. Da 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 da, I'm on your mind. That's not gonna change me, no, and I can't be saved. You're not gonna break me, no, I'll find my own way. No, I can't be saved. No, I can't be saved. Yes, I have regrets, and one of them is you. Oh no, too bad this didn't go according to plan. You thought you could win me, well I'm not a prize. I am a woman and you're not on my mind. Da, 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 you're not on my mind. You're not gonna break me. No, I'll find my own way. No, I can't be saved. No, I can't be saved. On your mind, da 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 da, I'm on your mind. I can't be saved. Wish you could trap me, wish you could be the only one I want. Thank you. I'm Jess. This is David, Nick, and Alex.
Well done.
Thank you.
Great job. Do you want to start off, Claire?
Sure. Yeah, fantastic job. I really love voice. I love how grounded in chest voice it is and how much emotion it just pushes out and conveys. I think it suits both your playing and your lyric writing really well. Just looking at my notes here. The arrangements you have on all of your songs really suit the lyrics that you have. I think Henry used this word a few days ago, automatopoeia, and I feel like you're kind of doing the same thing, matching the severity or the emotion in those lyrics with how you're arranging these songs. So that was really great. So great job overall. Great performance.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome. On my side, first off, I absolutely love the merchandise. the shirt and the design on the shirt is fantastic. And everything you've got going on with the lady and the guitar is very, very cool. Um, yeah, of course. And then jumping on to the musical side, I absolutely, I think the first song and the last song were definitely my favorites, and I definitely heard what you kind of define nowadays as examples of what we would call classical pop style songs. And then, they're really a format of a song that we're all kind of used to hearing. And, songwriters are always trying to up that game and try and take those typical classic songs to the next level lyrically through vocal performances, through chord changes. So I loved hearing those kind of progressions that we're all very used to hearing and accustomed to, and then getting your own take on that was definitely fun and refreshing. And the music marketplace is definitely due for a number of those kinds of artists in the over the coming years, and there's definitely a void at the moment of that space is everyone's always trying to say, hey, what are you going to do differently, rather than, hey, how are you going to expand upon a classic example of something that's been celebrated for many years. So I loved how you very, very clearly put a concerted effort in to do that. And I loved the arrangement and the instrumentation. I can tell you guys must have practiced a couple of times and all had your parts and the chords down and kind of hit the rhythms and the notes at the right place. So it was super well done. I'd love to one time, one of the classic challenges and being a piano player, we've always seen is you're almost chained to the piano. So, if there's only any sort of constructive criticism I could ever provide, and you can only do so much on with the stage, but is to kind of find a way to feature yourself at the piano amongst the stage presence. And maybe you're standing and playing, maybe you're just singing one song and have someone else playing piano. But I definitely loved the performance, and a great job.
Thank you. Thank you for your feedback.
Fabulous. All right. Let's hear it again for Jess Fuller and the band. Love those songs. Okay, next up, coming to us all the way from India, is Anoki.
Okay, so hello to all you lovely people. My name's Anoki, and today the 4 songs that I'm going to be singing for you are actually 4 songs in my upcoming EP called Wander. I'm planning to release the EP sometime mid-September, and it's about a girl's journey of discovering the beauty in the world through discovering the beauty within herself. The album moves from a place of feeling lost and confused to feeling somewhat found and content. And yeah, I really hope you guys like it. Also, before I start, I'd like to mention that if you do have a pair of earphones or headphones lying around near you, I'd recommend wearing them, only because I have a lot of bass elements in each of my songs, and you can really, really hear them on headphones. Without that soul-crushing experience, it's not really the same. So yeah, if you do have a pair of earphones nearby, I'd recommend wearing them. And without further ado, here's the first song called Paranoid.
You're back now. get to you if they don't know how you work. The monsters help to keep you alive. It's okay, you're just paranoid. There's no way out of your own mind. Let them fill your empty void. You're insane. They're flying all around you. Take your pain and make them do what you want them to. I'm insane. They're flying all around my room. Take my pain and make them do what I want them to.
Okay, so this next song that I'm gonna be singing is called Where Did She Go? I actually wrote a portion of it with two of my friends, Jack and David. And shout out to David because he's a part of the showcase. Hey, David, you helped me write this. The song's about a girl's journey with growing up and how she's thinking about who she was in the past and whether who she is right now does justice to what past her imagined she would be like in the future. And yeah, without further ado, here's an acoustic version of the song Where Did She Go? And I hope you guys like it.
Pulled up to an image that I had imagined in my mind. Glanced at my reflection, and it wasn't too kind. The longer I look, the more distant I see. Moving so fast, can't wake up from this dream. Where did she go? The girl I claim to know, the one before the show. Who will I be tomorrow? Wish that I could go back to a time before I crashed, trying to remember who I meant to be in the past. The longer I wait, the quicker she the girl I claim to know, the one before the show. Who will I be tomorrow?
Okay, so for my next song, I'm gonna be singing something that I wrote while I was looking at the clouds and a little bit in my fields. It's about someone wanting to escape, but not knowing what they want to escape from or where they want to go. And in order to escape from their current state of mediocrity, they need to be pulled into their thoughts. And they need to really sit down and find out what's bothering them about the present, which is compelling them to leave to the future or just go somewhere else and get a change of pace. It's about having to sit down and really think and tackle your problems in order to come out on top. And yeah, I hope you guys like it.
I've been wishing on every day to reach the point of oblivion. I've been praying, but not to God, 'cause I don't know if I believe in what I'm trying to run away to a better day. Please pull me in with you till I'm perplexed and confused. Let all my thoughts consume me into my blossoming. Pull me I've been puzzled, a broken puzzle, can it be so I can evolve? I've been longing for endless escape, searching for new every day. I'm trying to grow so I can live. Please pull me in with you till I'm perplexed and confused. Let all my thoughts consume me into my blossoming. Pull me in with you till I'm perplexed and confused. Let all my thoughts consume me into my blossoming. Pull me in.
Okay, so if you haven't noticed already, I am indeed not the proud owner of a pop filter, and this is a sock filter. Um, I just really wanted to make that joke. And yeah, we're towards the end of my set. This is the last song that I have for you. It's called Wander, which is the name of the EP. And it's about somebody discovering the beauty in the world because they've tackled their demons, they've faced their problems, they've stood up for themselves, and they've come out on top. And your perspective can change on how the world genuinely looks, because it is a beautiful world out there. You just sometimes need to face your demons in order to realize that. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope you liked my EP. And if you'd like to, it's going to be out on all platforms sometime mid September. So feel free to download it when it does. And yeah, thank you again.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you so
well
much.
done.
That was
Thank
more
you.
than stellar.
Thank you, guys.
Henry, why don't you go first this time?
Yeah, I'll jump right in. Wow, that was so original in so many ways. I especially, you started with such great momentum. That first song was really, really fantastic. Fantastic
Agreed.
tune. Yeah, that was more than blown. I think both of us away. So that was super, super special, and thank you so much.
Thank
I
you,
would,
guys.
yeah, you definitely, have beyond what it takes to have a long career doing what you're already doing. I would certainly say that, there's definitely things you need to look at. And, I'm not sure what opportunity you had in, the context of this performance, but would love to see you perform a little bit more, if you know what I mean.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was almost like we were just listening to it. Though it was awesome seeing you sing it, it's also kind of cool to add another dimension that would be, a showmanship aspect to what you're doing. But your command of, key changes and different chords and different tempos and everything is, beyond professional and super super unique and special in your own, and also takes some really amazing influences I can hear. So very, very well done.
Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you.
You have a really, really powerful vocal, and I love that you tap into that in ways that are very unexpected. And I'd say that your melodies are unexpected as well. Like there were a couple of times where I thought I knew where you were going, and I just did not, and I loved that. I liked that you left some space in between some of the words on "Where did she go?" Just kind of like it almost seemed like you were looking for her, the proverbial her. So I loved that aspect of it, and really drawing the audience into your journey, not just throughout the entire EP, but like in the individual songs, because it's very clear that these songs are very pensive and that you're being very personal and coming from a place of vulnerability in these. I would second what Henry has to say. I loved that in the like when we first saw the video, it was presented almost like a visualizer or a music video, but I think as the set progressed, and that's just something to take into consideration when you are going into live performances and doing videos, is to see you perform a little bit more and really spotlight the branding and the artistry that you're putting into your performance and also your merch, because it's clear that you have a plan. You know what you want to convey, you know how you want to convey it. So it would be great to see that on stage and, in all of visual aspects of your work.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for your feedback and for the advice. I look forward to reading your type ups.
Yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you.
Okay.
And I also the bracelet is super cool, as is the cat ears. I especially actually really like the bracelet. I think we're already seeing so many not clothing items at
Yeah.
everyone's merch tables and also online. So that's a really great thing to do.
Thank you so
Let me
much.
ask, did you have a favorite song?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, out of all the ones you did, do you have a favorite?
So my favorite's actually the last one, but so the last three are unmixed, which is why I think the first one was like boom in your face. I'm still working on the other three because the album's coming out mid-September. But yeah, like the last one, I'm imagining like have you heard "Coming Back to Life" by Pink Floyd?
I have.
Yeah, I'm imagining like a similar arrangement. Like I want there to be like a full instrumental build up and then pow in your face.
That's
So,
very
yeah.
cool. And what kind of music did you draw inspiration from for your songs?
Actually a few, but I'd say that my main influences are like Pink Floyd, Billie Eilish, um, and some influence of the Beatles. Like I'd say harmony wise, just like um, how my voices work together. I'd say a huge inspiration are the Beatles.
Nice. Well, that's where Pink Floyd
Interesting.
and Billie Eilish got it from, so it's hard to avoid.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're also giving like Fiona Apple vibes as well, to a certain degree, with just like how like dense and moody your arrangements are. So that's great.
Thank you.
Well done, and we look forward to hearing more from you. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for your
guys so
song.
much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Great job, Inoki. Okay, and now you're about to hear the soulful pop of Cameron Hunter. Yay.
What's up, y'all? I'm Cameron Hunter, and I'm gonna be playing a few songs for y'all. Very first song I'm gonna be doing though is called Blue Moon, and it's just like it's like a love song, and it's about like how you should really appreciate it when you find somebody, because it just doesn't happen all the time. Like it's so rare when you can say that you find someone who can like understand you and like love you on a romantic level and on a friendship level. So yeah, That's what Blue Moon's about. And I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, yeah, babe. It's a blue moon. It don't happen every day. Blue moon feels a perfect kind of way. It's a blue moon. We all want the love that's real and lasts beyond the days. Listen, you're a star in my galaxy. You put the milk in the Milky Way. Ha! I know you've been looking hard, trying to find a way. Whoa, the moment when a real one comes is when you quit the chase. It's a blue moon, babe. It don't happen every day. Blue moon, feels a perfect kind of way. Blue moon, babe. It don't happen every day. Blue moon feels a perfect kind of way. Let's say you are the type to run away from the love someone has for you. Listen, might feel like you're losing faith, like love ain't for you. Whoa, keep your head in the sky, babe. I bet you'll get through. On a blue moon, hey, it don't happen every day. It's a blue moon, yeah, feels a perfect kind of way. Blue moon, babe, it don't happen every day. Blue moon, feels a perfect kind of way. It's a blue moon. You make my stars collide. There ain't nothing I won't do for you. You bring out my sunshine. Blue moon, hey, it don't happen every day. It's a blue moon, ha. Feels a perfect kind of way. Blue moon, babe, it don't happen every day. Blue moon, feels a perfect kind of way. It's a blue moon. Thank you. This one right here is called Ain't Mad at You. I got my mind made up, got my bills paid up. I ain't tripping about a nigga no more. I got some coins saved up, got some trips lined up, flying solo going coast to coast. Heard your pockets run dry, heard you had to spend the night on your mama's couch the third time this week. You got my time spent up, can't get my mind wrapped up on the fact that you still tripping on me. Now listen, I ain't mad at you, I just don't fuck with you. I ain't mad at you, but I know I deserve better. Ooh, 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 ooh. I got some shows locked down, got some followers now. Too much happening to be focused on you. I got my bong in my life, catch me smoking tonight with a player with more game than you. Now check it, I ain't mad at you, I just don't fuck with you. Yeah, babe, I ain't mad at you, but I know I deserve better. Heard your pockets run dry. Heard you had to spend the night on your mama's couch the third time this week. You got my time spent up. Can't get my mind wrapped up on the fact that you still tripping on me. Now listen, I ain't mad at you. I just don't fuck with you. Yeah, babe, I ain't mad at you, baby. But I know I deserve better. I ain't mad at you. I just don't fuck with you. I ain't mad at you. But I know I deserve better. Ooh. Thank you.
Well, he a shadow man. He been watching me. I gotta close my eyes so he'll set me free. Now he a deadly man. His eyes are gold. Got a welcoming smile, but an evil soul. He'll take all your love away. He'll make it satisfied. He'll give you nothing but make it feel alive. Oh, that voodoo woman cast a spell on me. Had me running through the hills, chasing her destiny. Shadow man, let me be. Shadow man, let me be. Hey, I cannot go on with you haunting me. Hey, devil man, you can't help me. Devil man won't help me. I already took that path. It was ugly. Now he a preacher man, his conviction's strong. He knows what's right, but he chooses wrong. She ain't no faithful woman, but she loves a man. She just hops between Keith and Stan. The preacher man keeps preaching now, while the wife goes round the rear. She ain't hiding nothing. She flirting with everyone here. Oh, that voodoo woman cast a spell on me. Had me run through the hills, chasing her destiny. Shadow man, let me be. Shadow man, let me be. Hey, I cannot go on with you haunting me. Devil man, you can't help me. Devil man won't help me. I already took that path. It was ugly. Check it. I never left. Yeah, I'm back at it. Put the voodoo on you bitches, call me Black Magic. I'm only saying on this beat, yeah, I'm psychopathic. I'm a monster in the sheets, cause I'm real nasty. Ha. I came to do it, I came to prove it. Came to change the game with the fucking music. No matter what the truth is, I'm ruthless. Call me blunt like I'm smoking, this that good shit. Shadow man, let me be. Shadow man, let me be. Hey, I cannot go on with you haunting me. Devil man, you can't help me. Devil man won't help me. I already took that path. It was ugly. Now let me get a witness now. Get the shadow man out of here. Get rid of that voodoo man, that shadow man, the causes of our fear. Oh, let me get a witness now. Get the shadow man out of here. Get rid of that voodoo man, the shadow man, the causes of our fear. Shadow man, let me be. Shadow man, let me be. Hey, I cannot go on with you haunting me. Devil man, you can't help me. Devil man won't help me. I already took that path. It was ugly.
child, what's the way to go? Soul child must have rocked the boat. Give y'all a taste of what you're asking for, begging for, pleading for, giving me more. Soul child had a dream. Soul child could've did anything. Look, quick to action, right reactions. Soul child had a song to sing. Look, have something, rock the wave, show some strength. There has to be a better way. Soul child with the waves in your head, dreads in your hair, won't care, never cared. Dancing like there's no one there, hands in the air, been killing shit. You better beware, listen, look, y'all. Soul child with the brown in your skin, you're bound to win, you've been blessed with melanin, look. Soul child, don't change on them. Laugh in their face, put your name on them. Switched up the gang, put the pain on them. Not in the gang, put your bang on them. Switched up the floor, tell all the bros. Child's got soul, we losing control. Have some faith, baby. Rock the waves. Rock the waves, rock the waves. Show some strength, baby. There has to be a better way. Whoa. Rock the way, show some strength, baby. There has to be a better way. Soul child's been knocked down. Soul child must have everyone's fool. Soul child can't stay down, stubborn as a mule. Soul child won't back down. Nobody's fool, nobody's fool, nobody's fool. I love the way it feels when you smile and when you come around. I find myself emotional, even with all of the happiness I found. What we have is a starved love. Hurt so bad it just got what we have is hard love. That's hard love. It's hard love.
They say it's hard to live in this world. They say it's hard finding love. You say it's hard being true, even with all of the love I have for you.
Wow. That was really something.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow, Cameron. That Shadow Man song is beyond incredible. I really am at a loss of words. You are a shining star and have a very bright future ahead of you. I can't even describe how
you.
impressed I am by your music and your message and your performance.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well done. What's next?
What's next? Well, all of those songs are going to be on an upcoming EP I'm working on, and I've already released a lot of those songs as like singles. So I have right now Soul Child, my first single, and then I did Shadow Man, and then I did Blue Moon, and then I have one more single, and then I'm gonna release the EP. And yeah, that's what I'm working on. Just music stuff.
How did you
That's
write the
awesome.
Shameless
song?
plug.
What was the process of writing the Shadow Man song?
Oh, Shadow Man was my first ever song I ever made. And it was, well, it's not my first song I ever made, but it's like the first song I ever released as like under the Cameron Hunter or whatever. And I was watching The Babadook on a very rainy, stormy night by myself in this here apartment. And I was like 16. So I was terrified out of my mind. And I was just watching this movie, and I was playing my guitar, and it actually was supposed to be like a bluesy song. It wasn't supposed to be like, well, I mean, I guess it is a bluesy song, but it was gonna be like a bluegrass type of gig, like bluegrass. And I was just so scared. I was like, well, he is Shadow Man. He'd been watching me, and like I was just scared, and that's all I was talking about. So yeah, that's
how long did it take you to write from start to finish?
Oh, the song, I mean, I wrote it in like a day or two, but like I released it on SoundCloud when I was like a senior, I think. And then it didn't sound anything like that though. It sounded like there wasn't a rap verse, and it was like very poorly produced. And then I revisited it recently, and yeah, it's fun. I redid everything. I added a rap verse.
The rap verse is a major compliment to the song.
Yeah.
When that came up, I was like, damn, this guy really conquered all practices in one tune. Yeah, a master of all. Huge congratulations, and look forward to listening to more of your music. Do you have any questions at all?
I have like questions about like promo and like marketing, and like how much of promo and marketing should how much should you like invest in that?
You're never gonna do enough.
Never enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There's no amount of too much, and the more people you can get to work with you and help you, and fellow believers of your music and your message, the easier it'll be. But to the highest point of your career, that's gonna unfortunately become just as important as making music, because where our music climate is at nowadays. Being unfortunately, in my humble opinion, being on Instagram has become just as important as writing a song. And it's a really dangerous moment for music, because back when Pink Floyd used to write a song, or even someone like Jimi Hendrix, they'd never even consider that. They it's almost, you'd want to say they paid people to do it, but unfortunately lots of people actually stole a lot of their music rights and paid them to make the music, so it was pretty backwards. So hopefully we can move into the future of music, which will be controlled by the artists, but that's a double-edged blade, because that control also comes with less time to invest in your craft, to be totally frank. And that's something hopefully that we could change with technology and music rights and all of the exciting things that are happening to push our industry forward. But I'd love to jump over to Claire for a little bit, because I'm sure she has some thoughts to share. But keep it up, and let's stay in touch, dude.
Okay, bet. Thank you.
Yeah, if you're interested.
Yeah.
Definitely
like,
interested.
Fantastic job.
Thank you.
Yes. Do you do your own production? Because that was
I
really
do
solid.
my own production. Oh, thank
very,
you.
very solid.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been working, and there's David, he actually helps me a lot with production. So
nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, the both of you, great job. It just overall, it just seemed like you were so comfortable, like in your space doing what you're doing. And I love that you like switched up how you were performing and like kind of, it was almost like you switched costumes halfway through. So you're really putting on a performance as much as you were like presenting your material for a class, which is great. The fact that you ended it with like a slower, more emotional, just like emotionally gutting song, I think was just like the perfect bookend to the entire set, especially like starting with Blue Moon, which has such a catchy chorus. And like in general, I think you tap into a lot of very classic lyrical themes. And I think, Henry, you might have mentioned this earlier, but I found that the way that you presented, especially on Soul Child, those are very uplifting themes that so many people have touched on in lyrics and across written media and in spoken word. But the way that you presented them just like came across so genuine, and it didn't feel corny at all. And I loved that. I love that you were able to put your heart and soul into that and just really emote and tell this child what you needed to say. So fantastic performance, fantastic songwriting. As Henry said, let's definitely keep in touch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like I
Soul
said.
Child's actually a.
No, go ahead.
Sorry. Soul Child's actually a song. When I wrote that song, I was writing it as if like what I wish someone would have told me when I was a kid.
Wow.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. Great job. Great. Just overall, fantastic job.
Thank you.
Keep hope alive. Keep relationships with your guitar, your voice, your piano, your pen. Keep the pink jacket and that outfit. It was rocking and really excited. Please let us know when you're playing a show and we'll be there.
Absolutely.
I bet. Awesome. Thank you.
Amazing job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. All right. And last but definitely not least, let's hear it for David Spitzfadden.
Woo!
Oh, it's better, man. Go be afraid. Keep in mind exactly what I've said. You see that look she's giving you, what a guy wouldn't give to be in your shoes. Quick, that's your cue. Are these help your mojo? I don't need those promos. This is your motto. Keep it in your soul. I should have stopped to think about all the things I'd miss. Your gentle touch or the softness of your lips. The way you smiled at me when I came your way. Oh, I should have stayed. I just want one more moment to say how much I love you. One more moment to show how hard I try. One more moment to say how much I love you. And I'll show you why. Stranded in a sea of thoughts of you, must navigate the waters I go through. And I'm hoping I can finally make this right. Work day and night. I just want one more moment to say how much I love you. One more moment to show how hard I try. One more moment to say how much I love you. And I'll show you why. I just want one more moment moment to say how much I love you. One more moment to show how hard I try. One more moment to say how much I love you, and I'll show you why. 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 Spring nights and loving days. Oh, I was loving days. Yeah, you were the one. Fought my way to your heart. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't have done. But something happened. Yeah, I built her these walls, and no matter what you did, I couldn't fall. Hannah is an angel sent from above. Had I known that, I wouldn't have given her up. Remember too clearly how those tears rolled down your cheek. I should have said I loved you, but I know that I was too weak. If I could go back now, I'd go ahead and I'd sit myself down and help me realize you're the best around. Hannah is an angel sent from above. Had I known that, I wouldn't have given spirits were high. Oh, she felt so good. The look in her eyes, and I thought I knew. But I should have seen it, the wishing that she felt me too. Would be there if she asked me to. But until then, don't know what to do. And she's already spoken for. But that somehow makes me want her more. What am I to do? What am I to do? When the feeling that I feel can't let it shine through. What am I to do? What am I to do? When the woman that I love doesn't seem to love me too. What am I to do? Do 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 do. Yeah, you got me feeling kinda fucked up. Been trying to move us from the ground up, but I'm pinned down cause he took my spot. And she fast to move past, so I miss my shot. And you think I'd be sick or wasting my time on a girl who be fucking with some other guys. Should be making my own decisions, escaping just from a prison. The fact of the matter is she was a waste of time. But I guess he got something that I don't possess. But no, I ain't tripping. You ain't different from the rest, yeah. See, I could be treating you with luxury. Instead you be choosing not to fuck with me. I'ma get you off my mind, and I mean that too. But now I can't help but think, what am I to do? Would be there if she asked me to. But until then, don't know what to do. And she's already spoken for. But that somehow makes me want her more. What am I to do? What am I to do? When the feeling that I feel can't let it shine through. What am I to do? What am I to do? When the woman that I love doesn't seem to love me too. What am I to do? What am I to do? No, I'm not alone in the way that I feel. But I feel so alone when my skin starts to peel. Uncovering layers that I hid so well, so that the ones I care for could never tell that I'm broke and my warranties run out. Looks like you're stuck with me for good. Nothing I can't repair, but I can't decide if it's worth it to care. Oh, if I wanted to change, I could. Think I'm good. Oh. It's the sadness I felt when I tried to love the one I loved the most. I tried to hide it all away, distract myself with intimate games. But I'm broke and my warranty's run out. Looks like you're stuck with me for good. Nothing I can't repair, but I can't decide if it's worth it to care. Oh, if I wanted to change, I could, but I think I'm good. Oh. Everybody thinks they got the answer to solve it all, thinking it's just as simple as to just turn it off. The fuck do they know what's going on inside my head? You should've listened to me when I said that I'm broke and my warranty's run out. Looks like you're stuck with me for good. Nothing I can't repair, but I can't decide if it's worth it to care. Oh, if I wanted to change, I could, but I think I'm good. Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Very well done.
You want to jump in, Claire?
Sure. First of all, loved your arrangements, loved your performance. Again, really dug the fact that you had the bigger band, but you weren't afraid to strip it down and really be out there vulnerable by yourself, especially for that last song. What Am I to Do is one I would listen to over and over again. That's so catchy and like wanted to get up and dance. It's great. I thought, and it had a really catchy melody, and I loved that you were like telling the story from the first person almost, and like it was a song that the audience could relate to, but it was also one that they could sing along to with the melody. And I thought that was a great choice, you know, making that just so accessible to your listener and to your audience. Overall, I thought that, you know, the presentation was great. I love that your merch is kind of understated, but it really, you know, portrays the angle you're coming from as an artist. Gives anybody who's taking a look at it, you know, they know who you are, they know what you do. It's awesome. And the color scheme really seems to line up with your music and how you're presenting yourself. So fantastic job.
Thank you so much.
Tell me about the process of your songwriting of the song Anna. Where did that come from? What inspired it, and how did you write it?
Yeah. So I had this girlfriend when I was 17, and I at that time I wasn't like ready for like a long-term relationship, but she was, and I broke it off pretty prematurely, and I did some self-reflection over the during quarantine. Had a lot of time to myself, obviously, like everybody. But during that time, I was kind of I came back to that, and I was like, I really should have, given her more of a chance, because like she really was like somebody who was really good, and like somebody who was really good to me, and I really didn't give that a chance, and so I thought I'd write a song about it. And so that's where that came from, and I came up with the chorus line first. I was sitting in my living room, and it came to me, and with the chords too. I was like, wow, this is something. I got to keep working on this, and I just kept going with it, and eventually it came out to what it is now.
Well, whether it's Polly, Jolene, Roxanne, or Jessica, a song like that is always timeless, and I certainly find, and I'm sure as you've likely seen for yourself, it's the style and genre you're in is perhaps one of the most competitive scenes on the planet, musically, and it's not confined by geography or style. Every country's got their own format of that style songwriting, and I certainly think the way you rise above your peers is certainly two ways in that genre, one of which is penmanship and the second of which is guitar playing. And I think no matter how you sing it or who the band is, I think when you write a fantastic song and can also perform it well, and have your voice on point but also add a guitar aspect, you create a very special and unique narrative for yourself. And I'd assume one of the struggles you'll have is certainly carving yourself off from the rest, because there are 1,000,001 guys who write somewhat similar songs to that in LA, and I wouldn't lie to you and say that's going to be easy, but I certainly see through your song like Anna or the other song Claire mentioned, you've definitely got what it takes with the writing and with your guitar playing to excel above your peers. But it's not going to be easy. but
Yeah.
but it's definitely you definitely have cut out a great lane for yourself and have so much potential. So really looking forward to seeing what you unlock.
Oh, thank you, and I'm up to the challenge too. So.
Do you play every day? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. To kind of bounce off of what Henry is saying, I wanted to ask, how do you plan on building that niche for yourself going forward?
Did you say image?
That image, and also just like carving that space out for yourself in that genre and in that style of music.
Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of been like, one of my strategies is always try to be like myself as much as possible, and so like any of these songs that I'm writing, like to put as much of me into there, because I think that's what people relate to, is like if you put a lot of your own like soul and heart into that, like these stories that I tell are like almost all about my own life experiences, and I think a lot of people would relate to that. I'm sure the other songwriters do that too, but I try to make it as authentic and as connectable as possible so that people can really connect to it. Again, I'm sure everybody else tries to do that as well, but I try to do that, and just trying to be not somebody that people would see like, oh, he's very clearly like an artist. He's very clearly like this person that is unachievable and unreachable and kind of thing. Like I always want to be somebody who people feel reachable towards. Like somebody that is very like. I try to be as down to earth as possible and try to be as real as possible, and those things really matter to me. So to kind of provide that kind of a person where people feel like, oh, like he's very within reach. He's very much like somebody that if I saw him on the street, I'd be able to talk to him and have like a 20-minute conversation with him and not feel nervous. Like that's I really want people to feel like comfortable and in that way.
Totally.
So,
Awesome.
One of the sides of that I might challenge you is that there's been such a high currency of dare I say our generation to really embrace yourself and take heed of who you are and how you feel. And I think one of the things that you might be forced to do is look for someone else inside of yourself. And we've seen great personalities across the history of music, whether it's David Bowie becoming Ziggy Stardust, for example, or even when you see the transformation of stars today like 21 Pilots or Billie Eilish or Imagine Dragons. I mean, Imagine Dragons is not the band they were when they started, by any means, nor is 21 Pilots. And, you know, John Mayer is a great example of someone who's managed to carve out something for himself. But even what he's done with the Grateful Dead guys recently, he's kind of found something with someone else in him that has given him a new life and personality within his career. So I would challenge you, in addition to being yourself, find different parts of yourself to empathize with, or to not empathize, but to exaggerate at certain points in time, and that will perhaps give you, you know, a new side to your story.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for your song, and I certainly would start your sets with Anna going forward. That's a bullet right there, man. I saw that and I was blown away. So super well done, and thank you for your performance.
Thank you so much for your I don't want to say criticism, but like like words of wisdom. Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far. Yeah.
Thank you.
Humble thoughts.
Actually, I have a little addendum. Thanks, you guys. Would you mind, since we have a few minutes, would you mind giving a little extra
Merch.
feedback to Jess?
Oh yeah, sure.
She had a little less time in the beginning, just feedback wise. Would you mind?
Oh yeah, of
And
course.
then we're gonna take a picture. Then we'll take
Yeah,
a picture.
and also we didn't talk about everyone's merch as much as I wanted to, and
Oh,
I'll
that's
include
fine.
that in the notes too.
That's
But
okay.
should anyone want to also have some thoughts on the merch? Do you want to start off with Jess, Claire?
Yes, I'll get her back.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if she wants to. There you are. Hi.
I don't know if I should be here or there. Okay, well,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
look right at the camera.
You're good.
Yeah,
So I'm just sorry, go for it.
No, I had a question for you guys that I didn't know if I had time to ask when I was up on stage. But I was kind of wanted your opinion on what you think like a good step for an emerging artist would be, because like, would you recommend, if we have the material, to release an album ourselves, or to try to release it with someone / a label kind of thing? Like,
I Henry, I don't know if you have any insight into this, but I would always say it depends on your circumstances. You know, there is something to be said for the independent artist, but the financial support you'll get coming from a label is sort of invaluable in its own right, because it's not just financial support, it's human support. You know, somebody I was recently speaking to said it takes hundreds of people to make a career, and that's 100% true. Having a great team to surround you is always just completely invaluable. So I'd say I think it depends on where you are in your career. If you're just starting out, it might make sense to, you know, look at different release models and see, you know, does it make more sense to release an EP up front? Are you going to go for a singles model? Or does it make the most sense to just dive in head first and release an album? And then kind of taking evaluation of what model you're going for, the sort of support and marketing you're going to be able to achieve and attain for this project, and how you can use this as a stepping stone to the next level in your career and the next step for you artistically.
okay, great, yeah, that's a good answer.
I got thoughts on that too. I would start off with saying, put as much music out as you can. There's no over releasing. As much music that you feel is quality, put it out. And the next thing I would say is get on TikTok. I mean, there is no limit of how many videos you can make of. If I was an artist starting off, I would take every single one of my songs and I would put a TikTok of the verse, a TikTok of the chorus, TikTok of the bridge. I'd put a TikTok of the outro. I'd put a million TikToks of me singing as much as I could. And that's just such a great way, because, you know, normally we would have to go try songs out on a stage in front of people, which is fucking difficult. And you don't get another try if people don't like it. It's just kind of, oh, on to the next one, or we have to finish this. And you'll get reactions from your audience. And TikTok is such an amazing algorithm where if someone watches your video twice, it's like a tree with a bunch of branches. It'll spit that to two more people on their feed. So so many of the artists that we're working with at the moment are all originally trying their songs out on TikTok, and even the labels are putting out on TikTok, try the song out on TikTok. You get a good reaction, then invest the resources. You get a good reaction, sorry. So I certainly think, whether it's independent or the label, I don't think that really matters as much. And I don't think that makes a difference. It's really about getting fans and getting people who recognize you and your music and your merchandise and your songs and everything surrounding your world. So I would say, rather than focus on a label or a release or anything, focus on where you're going to get fans from. And it's interesting because we see so many songs go viral and then it goes away and they're left with 10 fans. But there's a band we're working with at the moment. They've maybe got 300,000 fans. But holy shit, those are real fans. They'll spend $100 on a ticket. They'll buy a box set. They'll do everything. And that goes 10 times farther than someone who's had a viral TikTok video and they just like the sound. So I'd really focus on figuring out what works for your brand and then finding out who those fans are and directly connecting with them as much as possible. And, no one's going to be able to connect with your fans on your behalf. You're going to have to steer that ship. And I certainly think there is, more than enough songs in your set. If I think, I think the first one was called, thing you played, I Got So Much Love First. And, even, that one, the performance and the arrangement, everything was great, but definitely use these and look out at the audience while you're playing, or get one of your friends to look for you and take a video of the audience and get a gauge of how people are reacting to your music and find out who's liking it and go talk to them. So I don't think there's any replacement for that.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
And also one other thing I always like to say, if anyone tells you they know the answer to that question, they're lying, including me. As soon as someone says, I know what you got to do, I got it all planned out, this is the plan, they're not telling you the truth. There's no one way to do it, or else there would be no industry. It would just be, a pipeline of songs. So also, take everything with a grain of salt, including my own words, and, figure out what works for you, because what works for you might not work for Cameron. What works for Cameron might not work for the next person. So, definitely take everything you can and make decisions for yourself.
Great. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Very good insight. Thank you so much. Thanks, you guys. All right, we are going to take a picture. Let's do that first. But while are we all on? Yes, we are. Yay. Okay. All right, we'll just be here. I guess we can move this. We're all together. Kinda. You got it? Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. Well, let's hear it for Industry Showcase Part 2. Yay! Proud of you guys. Fantastic job. Jess, Anoki, Cameron, David. Wonderful job. And thank you to our panelists once again. I'm so glad to have you guys back, Henry and Claire. Thank you for all your, like David said, words of wisdom and insight and everything. It's invaluable, and it means a lot to us that you would take the time to be here and really listen. And also thank you to our tech team and everybody that made this possible for us to do it hybrid. It's great for those of us who could be here and we can see you guys. And thanks to LACM for being here and having this amazing school and platform for these songwriters and these students of all the programs. So anyway, congratulations, everyone.
If I may steal the stage
Yeah.
before we wrap up, Deborah, I don't know if everyone can hear me, but I want to thank you so much. And I could tell that you really put your heart and soul into each and every one of these kids. And we're talking behind the scenes, and you really, really genuinely care. And it's, and in my line of work, I have to care about creative people and artists and people who matter and are going to be the voices of the next generation. And I can just tell with so much tender love and care, you sincerely put every ounce of your being into that. And I
Thank you.
want to thank you. And
I
I've
really
seen
do.
so, yeah. And I can tell it's so clear. And I've seen from doing this a number of times now, I've seen what happens next for many of your students and how exciting that is. And just a huge credit and just a massive amount of gratitude from as much as my gratitude is worth. Thank you from as many musical people as possible, because you really do such an incredible job.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Oh well, and with that, I'm blushing and weepy at the same time. Anyway, congratulations, everyone. Thanks. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
So much. Thank you.